Guys, welcome to the mountain states inside the crew here. Now, this is a really nice section of the game. It's literally just like red rock, lots of rock, and sand, deserty rock, rock leftovers, that sort of thing. It's a really nice location, especially during sunrise and sunset. More so sunset, I would say, but that could be, it could work either way, I don't know. But I really like this location for a few reasons. It's the Grand Canyon, obviously. There's a lot of just... It's very different from the rest of the map. And I say that in the fact that every little bit of the map is completely different. But it's just very, very different compared to, you know, you see fields and you see mountains. Those areas are pretty similar. But then you go to areas like this and just look at that lake. Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? Can we actually get in there? Yes, we can. See, what other game lets you do this? Let's just drive through here, look. We can actually drive to the lake. What game? I'm in a bloody... If I could do this in a Wyra, so imagine me just... He's gone into the drink. I could just come here in a Wyra and just be like, yeah, chilling by the lake in my Wyra, in my hypercar. Because, you know, that's what you do in real life. No. But you can do that in the crew. That's why video games are awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to progress on here. This section is actually really long. I drove it yesterday, and I honestly didn't think it was that long at all until I actually got here and decided to go for a little drive. Now, this thing, I thought I was driving for a good solid 15, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I only covered like a quarter of the bloody Red Rock area through this main road that goes through it. Which is insane. I just thought... I thought that I was, you know, at least halfway, 3/4 of the way there. But no, it was completely not even close. Which was pretty damn crazy. So I'm having a lot of fun on the beta. And for one question I wanted to ask people, they're also not in on the beta. What have you been doing on the game? So this is a question I want to ask a few people, mainly because I'm sure there's people that have been on the beta before and on the PC beta before. And if that's the case, do you find a lot to do still? Now, my thing is, because I've played every single beta so far, and we're limited to level 10, and we're limited to these, like, 10 cars, and we're limited to this kind of thing, I find that I play it a lot. You know, I played the game as much as I did on the PC one, even if not more, because all my friends are on console. But the one thing I find is that, obviously, I don't manage to record as much, mainly because I've already kind of experienced what there is to offer in this beta. I've played the same beta over and over again. You know, I know it's not supposed to be a demo, and it's not supposed to be get me to test the game. It's supposed to be for me to help, you know, help the game be better where it's released, that sort of thing. And we have done a good job of doing that. But obviously, you know, you get a little bit of taster of it, and it's not... I'm enjoying it, but, you know, it's obviously because it's the crew. It's my most hyped racing game ever made. I don't think I've ever been hyped for, like, this hyped for a racing game before, except Rivals, and then that was just pure disappointment. Ow. But then, like, I can't think of a lot to record other than showing you locations, because I've done a lot of car stuff. I've shown you most of the important cars. I've shown you, you know, drifting in the game. I've shown you all the missions that are available in the beta. So I think now I'm kind of going to stick to the location-based stuff, because that's something I haven't really covered yet. And everything else I have covered, and you can obviously... It's not changed drastically. You can still check all that stuff out if you want to relive it and that sort of thing. So, one quick thing to note, the beta ends Monday, but I do have quite a few PlayStation 4 EU codes and Xbox One codes, which work worldwide. If you follow me on Twitter and ask me, I will most probably give you one. So, if you really need one still and you really want to try the game, just ask me on Twitter. Link is in the description if you want to ask me on Twitter and such. But other than that, I think we should probably talk more about the area, and so it's more fitting for the people that actually are getting the game and not just the beta. If you're actually in the future and you have the full game of the crew, hello. How do you think it is now? Has it changed? I know this is the final beta. It's probably going to be like closer to the final than, you say, the first beta, but it's not going to be finally close. This looks like a brilliant section we're going to drift on. You know what? I've got to do it. I was going to not do, like, a drifting section, but I thought, you know what? If that looks, that's just asking for it. That's like, please, just one slide, Theo, one slide. So, we're on first gear. Second. If I had NOS, it would have been on third already. But here we go. Drop down here. Don't hit any cops. We're going to retake that at a bit more speed, I think. But I think that would be a cool little section. If I can get that, like, chained, that would be freaking awesome. Because I haven't really got a chained section yet. Let me get back on track. Oh, it's making me go round, isn't it? Thanks, game. Who put that wall there? Oh, there was a little section I could have drove. Yeah, okay. Let's just ignore the fact that I could do that. That cop car! Bloody hell, what was in that thing? Okay, let me just reverse a little bit more, just to be sure. The thing is, though, I'm used to having more power. And the thing is, we're limited to, like, what ranks we've kind of got here. We're able to get a bit higher, but not much higher. I think 200 is the highest I've seen. And they can go up to, like, level 1000 and something with the highest spec. So it's like, yeah, if we had a little bit more power, we're able to drift absolutely everywhere, even uphill. That's going to be an awkward section, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of, you've got to go slow for the first bit-ish, and then you've got to somehow get faster again for the next section. So we'll actually make use of NOS for this thing. So NOS is something that's I've found really useful in this game to regain momentum in the middle of a drift and that sort of thing. So, whoa! Trying to grind there. Don't want to use all the NOS because I need it for this next section to regain momentum. Don't you dare ruin it for me. Oh, I didn't need the NOS, but we'll use it anyway. See? That was pretty good, right? It could have been much cleaner than that, but I don't want to keep doing it all day. Probably might work better uphill if I didn't do NOS here. As long as that traffic car wasn't there, that would have been pretty clean. Anyway, we should probably move on, not keep doing the same thing. Go back to the street spec. And progress. Since making that last Yosemite video, I've actually gone to use the manual more so than automatic. Even in like normal races and stuff, I don't know why. Just I'm tempted to do it. I love manual in every other game. That's the first thing I switched to, but in this game it never really felt right because it was the right stick that you're using, which means you get much less camera control and it's a bit derpy at times. One thing I love doing recently is because the handling model's been like, it's not unpredictable anymore. Well, it is, but it's not as. You can just do this down the road, and it's like someone thinks you're gonna spin out, and you're like, no, I'm just playing with you. I'm still in full control of the car. That's just me controlling it left and right. Look at that. In the first two betas, you would have died from doing that. In this beta, if you're a good driver, you can maintain that thing. Especially in these spec cars, because these cars are made for grip, so, you know, obviously it's not going to be too difficult. Hello, Yada something. That's an online player, isn't it? Oh, sweet. See what I mean? If this was a different game, like GTA or something, he would have rammed me. Whereas in the crew, like, they just like beep at you. It's like, hey, how's it going? Or sometimes they'll follow you and start driving along with you, like that guy, a random guy did on the Yosemite or Yosemite drive-through that me and EK did. That was bloody brilliant. I love that so much. What's the through here? Oh, this is a tunnel. Tunnels are my best friend. Especially when you've got lots of NOS in the tank. I feel like I didn't even know this had a 6th gear. Oh, it's because I was in dirt spec before. It doesn't have 6 until you go into the street. Okay, that makes more sense to me now. So we're apparently in the Grand Canyon area. The Grand Canyon of the Grand Canyon. So there's that. Need to regain that momentum back so we can do a bit better than this. There we go. So change down a gear and go through here. Now, what I'm hoping is that they won't bug you this much in the full game. That's probably one of my most annoying things. There's 3 planes going in a row, and the one when he's going without his friends, he's going in solo. And those are going for a foursome of some kind, I don't know. But yeah, one thing I would change is the amount of times that they kind of come up and speak to you. I know I'm going to disable the voices and such, but if I disable the HUD, it's going to still do the ringing sometimes, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of annoying. I know it's probably not going to do it once you complete the game. I should bloody hope it doesn't, but still, it's kind of an annoyance. Like, it comes up very, very often. It seems like it doesn't, like, when you're watching a video, I think, it doesn't happen often at all. It's like every 10, 15 minutes or something. But still, when you're playing the game, and it takes, like, over an hour to get across the map, yeah, it's quite often when she keeps coming up. And it's usually like just after races they come up with one, and then on the timer of 15 minutes they come up after one, and it's like, yeah, thanks for that, mate. Switch back to a bit of cockpit view. So I'll tell you, this area is really long, isn't it? I don't think I'm actually going to manage to get through the whole thing, because we're in the Grand Canyon area, which is like right in the middle of it. We've still got like half of it to go yet. So that's bloody crazy. So it really gives you an idea of how big this map is. And what I haven't even said yet, this whole video, I don't know why I haven't said it yet. If I wanted to, I could just stop right here and drive up to the left. I could drive over there in the distance. You know what? We're going to do that to end off the video. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the mobile garage. We're going to switch to dirt spec. Rather than just driving on the roads, because you don't have to do that, I'm going to go off-road. And this is why, to me, The Crew is probably one of the greatest games ever. Not like one of the many reasons as to why. Because while the game can I switch to a dirt spec just on the fly like that? Like, freaking crazy. Look at this. Oh my god. Some of these moments just like, they're just the best thing. Like, you get these moments every single time you play the game. Like, seriously, you find an area and it's just like, normally you just be like, oh, it's just another area. But on this game, it's like, wow, this is entirely explorable. I can drive absolutely everywhere. And if I got a raid spec, I would be plowing through this at high speed. Anyway, before I go on for too long, I'm going to end off the video here, and thank you ever so much for joining us for this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to drop a like on this video, because it would mean a lot to me. And I'm sure I would like to you know, see those likes, because it means a lot. Anyway, so if you've got any locations you want to see, anything you want to see on the Crew Beta, be sure to leave it in the comments. My DualShock 4 battery is running low. It's not the PS3's DualShock, so it's going to last about 10 minutes. Whereas the DualShock 3 would last about 90 years. There's an animal in here. How did you get in here, dear? Anyway, I should keep like losing focus here. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and that's a brilliant ending. Peace.